Hello, friends. How the hell are you doing? Wait a minute. This isn't Friday. Yeah, I know. I'm going to start posting videos a little bit more than I normally do. Watch out. Uh, I want to say I appreciate everybody that stops by the channel, whether or not you leave a message or not. Uh, I don't beg for likes or please subscribe. It's not my game. It never has been. This video, I want to give a little backstory to my channel and maybe to me as far as YouTube goes. I created this channel a few years ago when Modern Warfare 3 come out. I met one of my good friends off of YouTube. I used to watch him. And, I got to talking to him. He was from Georgia. His name's Jeep Guy 934, we actually met, man, and he's a cool dude. And he got me into this whole YouTube thing. I was bored. I've always loved video games since I was a little kid. Atari 2600 and before then, just everything. I was kind of a poor kid, and it kind of took my mind off of everything. And it's been something that I've had all my life as far as video games. And now, of course, what I'm playing now, I play my PlayStation 4. I play this a lot, but I don't record off the PlayStation 4 that much. I will when Battlefield 1 comes out. I'm really waiting on that. Right now, there's really not much good on there, but I started doing videos in Modern Warfare 3, and I just started doing videos. It was kind of a tough thing to do because I'm a quiet individual, even though it doesn't seem like it. But I tend to be quiet. I don't let people know my business. But making videos has always been my way of kind of expressing myself and letting maybe my thoughts out or whatnot. And I've always enjoyed it. And I just wanted to say, if any of you guys are doing videos on this game, feel free to put your link to your video in my comment section. I'll watch your video. I love watching videos, and more than likely I'll subscribe to your channel. I'm not asking you to subscribe back to me. That's just how I am. I'm on Twitter. Been on Twitter. You can Google my name, Low Rate Hitman. The last game that I was really into was Dust 514. I was in the beta for that forever, and I was one of the first people to start doing videos on that game, and I did it for a long time until I burned myself out, and I just didn't like the way that the progression of the game was going, and I took a long break for about a year. You could probably look back at some of my older videos. You'll see some with 30,000 views, 15,000 views, lots of comments and stuff like that, and I've always replied to comments, and I've always appreciated people that, took the time to ask questions or whatever. I always try to reply to them. If it's something that needs to be answered, if it's something that's relevant, I really didn't get into, I can't just answer every little small question or whatever. But anyhow, if you do videos and you need somebody to watch your videos, whatever, I enjoy watching it. Put your link in my comment section. I don't mind. I really don't. I've always been down for the community for whatever game I play. It doesn't matter what it is. And as far as this game goes, I just want to give a shout out to my faction. I spent a little bit of money, which I don't plan on spending any more money. You guys see my pools or whatever, but I am in a free-to-play faction. Most of the people in the faction that I'm in have not spent much money, and they don't spend much money. And in this raid tournament right now, we're doing pretty good. We're in first, and I don't know if that's going to last. I mean, because, the people that spend that money is catching up to us. Everybody saved their jugs for this moment. And I really don't see it happening, because we can't compete with money. It's just not going to happen. But we're going to give our heart and soul, and that's what we've always done. That's why I enjoy this faction. And it's nothing against the faction I was first in. The first faction I was in taught me a lot. The only reason I left that one was because I needed people to play on night shift, because I play night shift. And this group of people is really good. We band together, and like I said, most people were free to play. And it's hard to compete on that level. It really is. When you have a winning mentality and you want to win and you strive to win, especially come war, and you're playing against stacked 5-star teams that are constantly getting first place and getting these rewards with 5-star trainers, and they're just able to beef up their stuff, because when you win rewards from one event, it carries to the next event. Like this event, that's 5-star trainers. You get 3 apiece, so if you got 30 people in your faction, that's 95 5-star trainers that's going to be applied to the next event, which is a level up faction event. So that right there alone, you know, pushes your points way up there. So all this stuff carries over. All these events carry over from one to another if you use them wisely and if everybody in the faction does as well. I do know that my faction is good people, every single one of them, and I do appreciate it. And I'm just so happy for the heart and soul that they put into it. Regardless if we come in last place, it doesn't matter. As long as I know that people are putting their heart and soul in it, I'm going to stick around. People start getting grumpy and, you know, they're not, you know, putting their heart and soul into it, then, you know, I'm going to say something. And even though it's not my place to really say something, but that's just my nature. But I just wanted to, excuse me, my allergies are horrible. I know a lot of people are talking about weapons and everything. I want to go over this real quick. My main lineup, all 5 people has got their 3rd tier stats as far as, like, you know, on this defensive Desert Eagle, I got bonus attack when hit point is more than 60%, and that's great. That's great with Rick. I love it. But each one of them, I've worked on all that, you know, like violent, military, shotgun, violent, whatever. You know, you can see what each one of these things does. You know, and right now I'm going back to my armory and I'm working on those tier 2s to level those up to where I can replace these. And eventually, once everything's leveled up, which will be a ways down the road, that'll be when your tier 3s will come into play. So it's a very slow thing. So my suggestion is just try and unlock your tier 3 stuff first, because that's what brings the biggest benefits to your team. Don't worry about attack, crit, or defense. Worry about stuff like, you know, 20% attack for the first 2 waves. That's a big buff. If everybody's got that, that's huge. And as of right now, I don't know if that stuff stacks or not, because it might. I don't know. Nobody knows for a fact right now. I don't think Scopely's released that, but, you know, if you got one guy that, you know, his 3rd tier weapon buff is, you know, hey, we're going to give somebody extra 20% at the beginning of each wave, you know, that might stack on another 20% that the guy's already getting. So you got a stack of 40%. You know, those percentages get pretty high. And I could tell the differences in raids because my raid rank, I mean, look, I'm down to 147. I know my last video on the single raid event, I was like close to 300, and I told you guys, you know, I don't raid too much, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I was. I wasn't that high, but I've already dropped down to 147. And these people at level 147, you know, with the way I've done my weapons, I just melt them. They're like butter. And my defense has got a little bit better because I don't get beat too much, but I still do get beat. And another update is that I bumped Carson up to tier 4 and Cole. When I make my whole team, I'm just going to go with what I got for right now because I don't plan on doing any more pools. And if you guys stick around for pools or not, you know, that's totally up to you. But I am going to try and do content. I don't know how regular it's going to be, but at least I know 1 video a week, maybe a couple videos a week. I don't try and follow any. You see like a scheme that people do, you know, armory updates. You got 5, 10 different people doing those. I just whatever comes to my mind. Like today, me talking, that's half of it's not even relevant to the game, you know. That's how I like to keep things, you know. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to put, you know. I just like to try and relate to somebody out there. Somebody in this universe that might be listening to me. I can relate to them and they can relate to me. You know, we're on the same page. That's the best thing in the world, you know, because then you know you're not alone in this world, right? But anyhow, I'm going to cut this rant short. And like I said, leave your link to your video. Leave your link to your page. Let me check out your videos. I love watching videos. I watch them all the time. I have no life. I'm a no-lifer. I love video games. That's what I do. I don't know what else to say. And I pardon my apologies. I don't do drugs. I had people comment and say, hey, quit snorting that cocaine and blah, blah, blah. No. I got bad allergies. I do apologize. It comes through on the videos. But as always, I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and thanks for stopping by.